Namaste and welcome to our new moon meditation with me, Ellie Latrobe. So we are bang on the new moon. It's very unlike me. I am never punctual when it comes to these new and full moon meditations. Usually I like to do them before so that people can join over the period that they're potent. But right now we are bang on the new moon. So I hope that even if you're doing this practice not bang on the new moon itself, I hope you're feeling what I'm going to be talking about and what we're going to be experiencing in the meditation itself. So this is a really potent phase that we're in. The new moons are always really beautiful times to pause, to let go, to allow a void, allow a space, allow a kind of a period of reflection, even if it is just a conscious effort not to be doing for a couple of hours, to sit in quiet reflection, to understand what we've just been through in the last cycle and what we are going to be creating new in the next one. So in Taurus, this is really the phase of the year that we are doing the world building. So what does that mean? On its grandest scale, this is like all the foundation work that goes towards creating whatever type of world we want to be part of, that we want to have in our own lives, that we want to see for our children, that we want to create on this earth. And as you kind of back up, what does that mean? What does that mean for me? We're talking about the things that we build upon to create everything that we live. So we're talking our values, we're talking our habits, we're talking even our desires, because it's our habits and our desires and what we value are the it's like the substance, it's like the mortar, it's the concrete from which all the other stuff sticks to. So if we have realized through the last year that our true values are different to the values we had been living, a lot of us are realizing, that we do need to slow down. A lot of us are realizing, how maybe commuting so much isn't serving anyone, or definitely not the planet. So there's lots of different ways that these values have shown themselves in the last year. And right now is the time to really consciously say, okay, so what are my values? What do I value? What do I value in my life? How do I value myself? And it's a kind of really tangible, emotional. It has this desire. This is what I want in my life. I desire it. And when we want something, when we desire something, then we bring it towards us. But when our wants are created out of old habits that aren't actually true to our values, then we are just creating worlds that aren't aligned with that foundation upon which we are striving to build our own worlds, the world. So this new moon time is a really nice, potent time of the lunar cycle to just be with ourselves. And in Taurus, we are valuing ourselves. It's a lot about how do you treat yourself? Do you value this, physical body, the brain that you have, what you are able to experience, what you are able to express? Do you show yourself you value yourself? What are your actions? What are your habits that honor yourself? And have you maybe been realizing over the last year that certain things have had to change or need to change? Our lives need to be different than they have habitually been. On on a very individual level, like hopefully a lot of us have had a little bit of an earth shake of what are we doing with our lives? What am I doing? Like, let's make let's let's make it as full of joy as we possibly can. Let's catch those thoughts that are seeking to achieve X, Y, and Z, or reach certain standards that are now outdated. And as we go higher, as we seek towards what are more harmonious relationships, how can we better meet one another? How can we reclaim our intimacy and our authenticity through our being able to be vulnerable with another person, being able to truly express with another person so that we see more of ourselves and we summon up this courage within ourselves to see our magnificence, see our brilliance, and live it in the world. Taurus is also about beauty, and sometimes on a personality level, that beauty can become superficial, like the striving for, perfect skin and perfect eyes and perfect nails. Geez, don't look at my nails. Perfect bodies, all of this. But really, what is the real beauty? The real beauty of life is the light that is within every single one of us. The light and life that permeates our whole experience. And if you think about when you take in a beautiful view, a landscape, something in the natural world, there is a beauty in it that is beyond its perfection. It's not about being perfect. It has an awesome brilliance, a light to it. And it's that light that we receive when we stand in nature, when we absorb that beauty, it's light. So in Taurus, we're invited to see our own light, to see the lights in other individuals, to see the light that is in the earth itself, in everything physical, because everything that is form is truly divine. It has been created from a thought and it has become manifest or magnetized in its existence. It is filled with light in its own way. And we're not going to go into a philosophical question about what all those forms do. And over time, just like the cycles of the moon, cycles of the earth around the sun, cycles of all the planets in the solar system, sometimes those forms come to an end and their time has been had. And then we have to let go of those forms and we have to create some new forms that are more aligned with the values that we as individuals and we as humanity have and hold. So this new moon is very much about realigning, transformation of forms that are outdated to be reforge this. I'm going to bring in back what we did in the new moon last week, 2 weeks ago, the full moon, this reforging of Vulcan, which is the esoteric or soul ruler of Taurus. So this reforging of the form, and Vulcan is like, it's so hot, it's remolds the most densest, but it's, got this stubbornness and this steadfastness of Taurus that just, it keeps going even when things are tough. And it keeps on, it keeps catching itself and keeps on working to create something new. So for us, it means habit check-in. It means looking at what we're habitually doing, what our rhythmic life is like, what our daily routine is, because it's those little rituals, those little routines that we do every single day that shape everything you see in this world. Whether it's driving every single day, whether it is in the resources that we consume, whether it is how we exercise our body or move our body or what we eat, where that food has come from and how it has got there and what has been used to produce the food, etc., etc. All of those are habits that we've just got into. And the Taurus season just invites us to be like a bull and just stand in those 4 strong hooves, those strong legs, and be fully grounded to the earth, in awe of its brilliance, in awe of its beauty and its light, and transform those habits, transform those patterns that are resisting the uprising of light that wants to move on to the new form, the new thing, the new world, And yes, every year we have this cycle, but this is the first year after 2020. And 2020 is like this bit, it's beast of a dark year, right? Of like endings and challenges. And so this new moon right now, we also have this square to Uranus. So it's also saying, what are those structures and systems that have always been there that just need to change? How, taxes are given, how subsidies are given, how these things, the governments and systems and structures create habits of the many people, and they need to be transformed too for a new world to be lived in, to be possible. Nothing is inevitable. It's all just created as a sum total of habits. And the Saturn, which is, very much been a theme of the last year, these government structures, these structures and systems are very much tumbling down. Whether it is, I see it in a very subtle way. It's happening almost, it's happening within generations, it's happening within a zeitgeist. All of a sudden, everything has become on computers and technology. People are traveling less, and those habits are shifting. And then the governance and the structures and the systems and the policies and all that stuff has to be transmuted and transformed along with it. So what we're going to do today in our new moon meditation is we are going to just allow our minds to be illuminated. We are going to see what this next cycle is going to bring us. I should also say that this is the beginning of eclipse season. So the next eclipse, which is a full lunar eclipse on the 26th of May, which is also a full moon. This is, I think it's in Sagittarius Gemini. So this is the place in your birth chart that may be getting challenged, transmuted, transformation, whether it's challenges, but something is moving, something is wanting to be, catalyzed. So if you look in your birth chart where Sagittarius and Gemini are, what houses, then you'll get an indication of what area of your life may be being shaken up. But you know what? You don't need a birth chart to see which areas are being transformed or transmuted in your own life. You know it, okay? So we're going to sit nice and comfortably. If you're sitting on a chair, make sure your 2 feet are firmly on the ground. And if you're sitting on the floor, make sure you have a block or something that's going to lift your sits bones up nicely. So I just want you to come into this amazing form of your body. Take a big inhale and exhale. In the cycle of the zodiac, after Aries bringing the seed idea, Taurus is the point when the first form of this idea is created. And quite often it's just a thought form. So I want you to inhale, lift your chin and stretch that throat. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhaling, chin to the sky. Exhale, chin to chest. See how the neck feels. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Sitting into those sits bones. Lengthening your spine as you exhale down through the ground beneath you. And inhaling, lift your spine up a little taller. Exhaling, ground. Inhaling, rise. Exhaling, ground. Inhaling, rise. Exhaling, ground. Inhaling, rise. Exhaling, ground. Inhaling, rise. See if you can take a little bit more inhale at the end, at the top, and exhale, squeezing out fully at the end. Inhaling fully, all the way to the top of the chest. Exhaling, squeezing out at the bottom. See how fully and completely you can breathe. And as you breathe fully and completely, just be in the rhythm right now. Just feeling what you are feeling right now. Experiencing your physical body as it is right now. Keeping that rhythmic, full breathing. Recognizing that your body is perfect and beautiful and brilliant, just as it is in this moment. And as you breathe, let the breath bring life and bring light to every single part of your body. Deep and full breaths, exhaling completely, inhaling fully. Feeling the rhythm of life. With all these polarities that we have to navigate. These extremes of our existence. And in this breath, see if you can find your center. See if you can find your peace. See if you can be okay with your body and yourself just as it is in this moment. Feeling that breath like the waves of the sea crashing against the shore. What needs to shift or transmute in order for your true name to be spoken, for your true joy to be experienced? Is it within your identity? Is it within how you use money? Is it within how you and what you learn, what you teach, what you communicate? Is it in your home life? Is it in how you create and self-express? Is it in the day, how you do this day-to-day grind, how you do the routine? In each of these areas, where does your heart sing? Where do you need to change? What needs to be transmuted? Is it how you treat your body? Is it something to do with your physical health? Is it in your relationships? Is it in understanding what's driving it all, diving into the depths of the unconscious? Or is it in seeking higher wisdom, higher knowledge in some way? Is it an adventure or travel? Is there a shift needed in your career or in how you parent, how you show up in this world? Is it in how you work with others in groups, in organizations, in community? Is it in how you take space for yourself and your connection to your spiritual self? And just noting where you felt drawn, which areas or words lit up for you. Releasing both hands into your lap with your thumb and your first finger touching. Sitting up nice and tall, looking inwards and upwards to your third eye, opening up your mind's eye and looking upwards to receive the light within. And as you gaze to that third eye, see if you can see into that area of your life that is needing a little bit transmutation right now, where your true beauty is needed to be seen, where your true light lies. Try to understand what old forms need to be transmuted by habit changing, by standing up for your values, by standing up for you, valuing yourself. How does that show up for you? How are you going to create a world where there is more beauty, where there is more light, where you are valued and your light illuminates others? Just sitting and receiving, looking into the void. Taking a few deep breaths now, inhaling to that mind's eye, exhaling down into your heart and your core and down to the earth beneath you. Taurus in many ways represents that Gaia of nature herself. And again, breathing into that third eye and down through heart and core and down to the earth beneath you. And drinking in all the nourishment, all the stability that you need to stand strong, to adhering to your values, being true to your highest desires, feeling that bull strength taking over your body, knowing the things that you have to stand up for this month. And the work you have, the groundwork you have in creating these new foundations of this new chapter in all our lives. We're going to sound Om 3 times, taking an inhale and exhale, sounding or listening. Namaste. So enjoy this new moon. Give yourself permission to rest and restore and nourish your body. And journal anything that came out for you on that meditation. Just allow whatever stream of consciousness needs to come out from your hand onto paper, and roll with it. And I hope that you all are valuing how special and beautiful you all are in this moment. Until the next full moon in Gemini, I wish you all the love and all the light. Namaste.